stated. His role in the success of winning the state partnership has been critical. Are you really prepared to throw the town into chaos, backtrack the positive municipal school relations and RISCA projects so many have worked so hard on? Have you identified the consequences of your decision on the town? Have you even considered the damage you risk to Stoughton's reputation? Have you considered the risk to the high school building project and our partnership with the state if you arbitrarily fire a key leader? It's going to be on your shoulders alone, and you need to think long and hard about the consequences. Thank you.
Ms. Sullivan, I'd like to answer your question. I'll give you some things on that question. That school building committee, we're supposed to have a sitting member of the Board of Selectmen. We do not have a sitting member of the Board of Selectmen yet. We're supposed to have a sitting member of the Finance Committee. I haven't seen one yet. I wasn't told there's a sitting member of the Finance Committee on there yet. When I ran to become a member of the Board of Selectmen, I ran to represent the businesses, the employees, and the residents of this town. I represent the truth, the just, and the American way. People need to come up here and see. Don't laugh. Don't even laugh. Don't even laugh, because I'll throw you out of the town hall. This is not a funny matter. People over here think this is funny. If I knew what I knew today, my mother was right, God rest her soul, I would not be sitting in this chair. For the stuff that goes on in this town hall. More people need to get involved to see what's going on. Thank you very much, ma'am. Next.
No, I just want to address, I want to address your concern.
You're out of order. Next, ma'am. Ms. Walsh.
Stress medical leave. One of the selectmen was charged by an attorney for a citizen attempting to build a shed or some foolishness. And the chair has yet to respond to that citizen's attorney or to the remaining members of the board, nor has this item been seen on an agenda. Why would a selectman ever need to be involved with anybody building a shed? It's not your job. That belongs to department heads and their competent staff.
Hold on 1 minute, please. I'm the one that went over that man's house. I'm the guy that did. I'll tell you exactly what happened. I walked by. That house is a slum landlord. There's been 3 fires in that house. 3 fires. He hasn't pulled a building permit, has a temporary occupancy period for 7 years. That house hasn't been approved.
You go to your department head.
Excuse?
You go to your department head.
I did.
It's not your job.
I did. You know what he told me to do? Get out and see the man. And I did. I knocked on the door. He told me to come in, and he started to scream at me, brought me out in the street and screamed at me, wanted me to hit him. That's my neighborhood, the same as your neighborhood. And I'll do it again if I have to. There's plenty of slum neighborhoods in this neighborhood, and all over this place. There was a fire right next to the restaurant. Go in and look at that.
If you have a problem with something that a department head tells you, then you go to the department head's boss. And if you don't get response from that, then your job is to go to the town manager.
All due respect, Ms. Frankel, I think Mr. McCrisky on one occasion has. The theater is doing demolition for 3 years with no permit. We haven't got an answer yet. And to talk about Mr. Cohen's case,
You take it up with your department head.
K&P is supposed to be looking into this matter, from my understanding, but I will contact Mr. Fair tomorrow.
Okay.
Second of all, we had to meet with Mr. Coleman to find out what he's going to do and how he's going to bring it up. Mr. Coleman's here tonight to tell us what the price is and everything else. So if Mr. Coleman wanted to come meet the town manager, he came in here, I introduced him, and I walked out. What was said or these rumors have said, I don't know. I was not here. So how are you hearing these things? Because I was not here. So you're hearing there was a deal made between the town manager and Mr. Coleman. Were you there?
No,
I know I wasn't there, so I wonder where these rumors start.
No. Did you meet with him the day after?
Yes, I did, to find out what's going on. He says what do he want from him, and he's going to come up today to propose something. And it's not an open meeting violation. It's 2 members of the Board of Selectmen.
Unbeknownst to anybody else.
What else? Any other selectmen go to coffee? I go to coffee with any 4 members of the Board of Selectmen go to eat?
May I
and talk
continue
business,
now?
so what's the difference? So depending who the selectmen are.
Here's the floor.
Can I continue now? Many of you have made it perfectly clear on social media and on Smack TV shows your feelings for the town manager, which has a tremendous damaging influence and is full of inaccurate information. You feel that there's a shadow government that manipulates our town government and town departments and the voting public. Well, if that were true, many of you wouldn't be sitting there. Your personal opinions should not be made public, as they may not represent the opinions of the majority of townspeople that you proclaim to represent. Watch Donald Trump a little, and you'll get my drift. There were statements made on a similar TV smack show, and I will say that it was one that you were on. And you made the following statements about shadow government. Like the terrorists, they have plants everywhere, on every board in town. We have 4 to 5 department heads that need to be let go because they're controlled by the special people of the special government.
Shadow government.
Of the shadow government.
Thank you.
I want to be the Robin Hood of the people. Protect and serve. Take from the rich and give to the poor. Listen to that and tell me why that's appropriate for a sitting selectman to state something so degrading to our town.
First Amendment right. I have my right to speak and have
I'm
my opinion like everybody else.
For you.
Just like you have your right, ma'am, to speak right now like I'm letting you speak. I have my right to speak like I'm letting you speak.
Well,
it's a
you're
free
not
country.
letting me speak, sir. You're interrupting me. I'm embarrassed for you that you don't realize what that really sounds like. The airing of public grievances on social media is inappropriate behavior for all of you. It is. Your opinions are not what matters. What matters is that you represent what you think is in the best interest of the residents of this town. You keep your opinions to yourself. Really, that's your job. You have very limited powers, and they're stated in the charter. That's what you should be following. Mr. Brown got some emails, whatever. You should hear how that came across.
See it long enough, to be honest with you.
Thank you,
To tell you
Mr.
how
Brown.
that comes across, I really don't care.
Well,
You have the right. Hold on. You've said enough. You said enough. I will tell you this. All right. You came here one week, not too long ago, and you said the chief had an eagle of Godzilla. How do you think that comes across? And number 2 is you all partake in this social media thing. All right. So you're just as guilty, I guess you could say, that you're accusing us of being. And by the way,
Have you
I don't
seen
even
me
take
post
the time to
anything
read
on-
that.
Well, then how
Nonsense
do you know
from
what's there?
And the emails I got, I'm talking about the firing or getting rid of the town manager. That's what I referred to tonight. And obviously you haven't got the memo yet. I'm surprised because it seems you're very well informed. The hearing on the town manager has been canceled. Are you aware of that? And there's no scheduled date for that. So do we have to listen to any more of this, or can we move on to business?
Did you hear my first sentence,
No, I
Mr.
didn't.
Brown?
I
Oh,
might have been asleep at that point, but sorry for that.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry I'm putting you to sleep.
Well, thank you.
But listen to your tones. Listen to the way that you speak to people. Who's accused?
Eagle of Godzilla, you see nothing wrong with that. Nothing. That's what you say that like it's like a joke.
Do you dispute it?
Do I just? No, I absolutely agree with you.
Okay.
But do you think it's fair for you to say it in public? He's no longer here to defend himself. And I wonder why.
If he were here, he would agree with me.
But you should know, and I think everybody should know, and I agree with the procurement, there will be some issues looked into down the road if we're still sitting here. You have the right to do what you want. If you're considering recall, you have the right to do that.
Did I
No one
mention
disputes
recall,
that.
Mr. Brown?
Sorry?
Did I mention recall?
Someone else mentioned it earlier.
Is that
It's all running together. But I will tell you that the thing I find kind of disingenuous is this. It's the same people here arguing about the same thing. Nothing has happened to this town manager. I've asked, when are we going to get ready to do some business? Because we haven't done any business here at all. And no one's helping us get any business done.
Well, how about the fact that you have 10 meetings worth of minutes that haven't been approved because...
Well, you know why those minutes haven't been approved yet? Because I can't get them corrected. I was responsible to do that. I can't figure out how to do it. I'd be happy to have you come and help me do it if you got time.
I'd be happy to.
Great, then we'll get together someday and do it
All
together.
you have to do is put down your corrections in writing, give them to Jamie, she'll make...
Oh, is that what you
corrections and
recommend?
you bring them.
Oh, okay.
It
And-
seems funny how certain
I
people
don't
come
wanna
up here
tell you the truth,
and let us criticize us, but if we open our mouth, we're not allowed to criticize back or talk back. It's unacceptable. Anybody else? You're all done, Mrs. Franklin.
Okay.
Thank you.